A very warm morning to my dear children. Welcome back. In the first part of the video, we have seen that what are rights, and we have started with the first fundamental right, that is right to equality. Further, we are going to see two more rights in this chapter. So let's begin with the explanation and let's see which are the two rights. Already we have seen what is right to equality, that means equal status in the society for each and every individual. Moving on with the next right is right to liberty and right against exploitation. Do you know Indian constitution has abolished all the titles that can create an artificial hierarchy among people, and this could affect the peace of the society. It could create inequality in the society. To maintain equal rights in the society and social unity should be maintained in the society, these all titles are being banned by the government. But the state does confer awards like Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, Bharat Ratna, Ashoka Chakra, Paramvir Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, and many more medals and awards to the person who had given his contribution or her contribution in different fields, such as Bharat Ratna is the greatest civilian honor or award of a country. The ones who have shown their great performance in different fields are being awarded. It is a remarkable service in the armed forces, and they are being honored by medals such as Paramveer Chakra, Ashok Chakra, and so on. Such awards don't bestow any special rights or privileges upon those who receive them. That is, the one who is capable and the one who is courageous to show the bravery in different fields are being awarded for their great contribution. Very important right guaranteed by Indian constitution is right to liberty. Here an individual is free to express ideas, views and point of view as per the consideration. So as Indian citizens we have the right to, we are free to speak and to express our opinions. We are free to assemble peacefully. We are free to form associations or unions as per the requirement. Freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India. We need not require any valid document. If we are having a ticket, we can travel to any part of India or we can migrate to any part of the state as per the requirement. There is no restriction or any kind of ban that we cannot travel to any part of India or any part of the country. Freedom to practice any lawful profession or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business of one's own choice. Means our constitution has guaranteed that we are free to follow or we are free to choose any of the professions as per our like. We are free to select any of the business that are coming under the conditions of Indian constitution. Means we should not involve ourselves in any of the unethical activities that can lead to us in a trouble. So we are free to follow any of the professions as per our choice. There are no restrictions that this particular religion can follow this profession only. So these all are the freedoms of liberty that is provided to us by the government. There is an activity in your textbook on page number 78. Do this. Following are the actions of A, B and C. The kind of freedom they connect with. Now this activity you need to read and do it by yourself in your notebook, or you can complete in the textbook itself also. A established Adivasi Cooperation Forum to solve the problem of the tribal people. So which kind of freedom it emphasizes? B decided to move his father's bakery production from Goa to Maharashtra. Again, which type of freedom it is? To reside and settle and to practice any lawful profession or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business of one's choice. C found some lacuna in the new tax policy of the government. He wrote an article about it and sent it to a newspaper for publication. Again, which type of freedom it emphasizes? So, you need to complete this activity by yourself. Do you know our constitution has given us many rights, but it is our responsibility that we should utilize them in a proper way. We should take care that these rights, when we are using it, we should not harm the peace and security of the society. By our behavior, it should not hurt anyone. We have the freedom of expression, but we cannot speak or write anything that might incite anybody to violence. That means we should know our limitations while writing as well as while speaking, so that it should not affect the society and the peace of the country. Or in return, it should give any kind of violence or rumors that can affect the peace of society. The right to liberty mentioned in the Indian Constitution has guaranteed each and every individual with freedom of speech, expression, association to be formed, to reside in any part of the state, to move in any part of the state, as well as to select any of the profession or business as per your choice. It is also provided with security and safety to ourselves as well as to the nation. This legal protection is being given to everyone, and it is in a equal manner. It cannot be denied to anybody. For example, we all have equal right to life, and it appears to be simple, but it has a deep significance. It implies getting a guarantee to live, availability of a conducive environment for living. It means that everybody is having a right to life. Everybody can live as per their choice. No one is having a right to harm anybody. We are having full right to live. Nobody can harm us. Nobody can destroy our life. And no person can be arrested or detained without any reason. The individual who are living in the society are having full right to take education as per their choice. So that is the compulsion provided by government mentioned in the constitution, article number 14, that each and every child between the age of 6 and 14 years should be getting primary education, and it is the compulsion. No child should be involved in any kind of activities like employing or working in any of the factories to make crackers or anything. If they are being found so, then there is a punishment. This ensures that this article of 14 ensures that every child should get education and no child should be deprived of education. We speak about right to life, it means that some rights are supplementary to the right of life. For example, nobody can be punished twice for the same offense that a person has committed. Person get once only a punishment. But when the punishment is liable, when the allegation against a person are proved, the court has to perform this task. The police collect the evidence for the person, and the accused had to be proved in the case that he had committed a crime. Just take an example: if a person accepts whatever crime he had committed, but still he is not going to get punished immediately until or unless all the allegations against him are proved. This judicial process takes time so that unnecessarily innocent person should not get punishment and the person's life should not get spoiled. Yet they are given chance to improve themselves, and when they are in the judicial custody they get a chance to work as well as to improve, so that when they come out they can be a good human being for the society. Moving on with the next right is right against exploitation. The word exploitation itself tells us that a person is being harassed in the society or is not getting an equal status as compared to the other ones. So, the right that is mentioned in the constitution implies the right to prevent against exploitation, getting exploited. While the Constitution has banned all types of operation through the right against exploitation, it had made a special provision to protect children from getting exploited. That means a child who is being asked to work is a wrong. It is an illegal activity. And a person who is forcing a child to do the work is legally committing a crime. Accordingly, it is prohibited to employ children under 14 years of age. Why? Because that is the age for taking primary education. That article has been already implemented by the government. Children cannot be employed or made to work in factories and mines. We have seen on television that how children are being employed to do work in the factories, preparing crackers, and in mines also, where their life is completely in danger. Involving children in such kind of activity is an offensive crime because a child may not be capable to take the decision what is right or what is wrong for him. Exploitation includes bonded labor. That means their work is fixed and they cannot change their work because already they have asked for money sometimes, or they are involved in the work that is against their will, or somebody is forcing them to do the work against his or her wish. Treating somebody like slave. Any work is not a big one or small one. All the work should be treated equally and a person should not be ill treated. Denying them legitimate compensation. A person is working but is not being paid as per the work the person has done. Making them to do excessive work that has not been required. Sometimes a person is forced to do extra work, but the wages are not given as per the extra work that a person has done. Starving them or ill treating them, especially women, children, the weaker section of society, and powerless people are being exploited. We are hearing so many cases are being there on news channels that how women are being exploited, children are being forced to do the work, and even weaker section. And when the justice is asked for them, it is not being provided, or sometimes it is too late to get the justice. So, this right enables us to stand up against any kind of exploitation that a person is facing. We are having a complete right to fight against any kind of exploitation or harassment that has been done by a person. Let's discuss. Children are not employed here. Workers are paid daily here. You see such boards in shops and hotels. In what way are they related to the above rights in the Constitution? Yes, they are related. That means a child is not forced to do the work, and workers are given their daily allowances, or workers are paid their salaries on a proper amount, whatever the work they had done. So, they are provided equal justice in the society. Equality is maintained. Now, this is an activity given in your textbook on page number 79. Let's discuss. The government has made many laws in order to prevent against exploitation, and it had enabled every individual to get equal status in the society and as well as freedom. Now, some laws have been already mentioned here. That is, they are given here below. You need to find out some more and discuss. Now, rather than discussing, you can write in your notebook and keep. You can select any of the two laws that are mentioned in the favor of people. Now, here it is given Minimum Wages Act. Provision relating to working hours, rest hours, etc. in factories. That means workers are given proper wages as well as rest period is given in the workplace. The Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act, that is any kind of harassment to the woman, against it also one of the act is been mentioned. Now in such way you need to find two more acts that are in favor of people mentioned by the constitution or government and complete it in your notebook. In this part of the video, we have seen two more rights, that is right to liberty and right against exploitation. How government has mentioned in the Indian Constitution to fight against any kind of injustice that is happening in the society, and we are having full right to fight against it and get justice for that. So here we end up with our chapter. Thank you for watching the video, my dear children. Take care. Bye bye.